the battle of the century. Plarail Edward versus Plarail 2018 Edward. Who will win in this face-off of legends or whatever? So, there will be 3 categories. 1, detail. 2, rolling stock. And 3, playability. Sorry, I forgot the last one. So, let's get right in. So, detail. Now, the most glaring problem with the Plarail 2018 Edward is its side rods. Edward, as a Furnace Railway K2, is a 440, as the older version of the Plarail Edward demonstrates nicely. In the 2018 redesign, however, he is a 260. So, incorrect. So that is not very good in the detail-wise. But they do both, however, have white running boards with black lampines, which is really nice because none of the Trackmaster Edwards have ever done that. Or at least the ones that I can remember. I don't think they've ever done it. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Yeah. Tender detail. I mean, they're both nice. They have a nice claw, which is kind of cool. Nice. It isn't rough, but it isn't smooth, which is really nice. But I think we can all see what's wrong here. Another thing is the buffers, which is also weird that the older version of the Plarail Edward had them red, which adds even more detail. Whereas, yeah, blue buffers is not very accurate. Also, the face. I personally prefer the older style face, but that is just a personal preference. I'm not going to include that. Another thing is these are actually real wheels and move, whereas this one is just a kind of, what's it called? A dummy wheel, I think. Anyway, let's go into the new category. Another category, rolling stock. Now, Plarail 2018 Edward has a nice yellow van with a face, which is cool. I mean, it has a yellow roof, but that's fine. And it's also the same mold as the original grey van that came with the original Plarail Edward, which had a really nice face. I just prefer it because it's kind of model series, and I prefer the model series. Now let's compare the 2 open wagons. Yeah, on the rolling stock field, or whatever, Plarail 2018 wins for having another piece of rolling stock altogether, which I think had a very rare face. I think, I'm not sure, and kind of more accurate van. Tell me in the first 5 seasons of Thomas when you've seen a bright yellow van. Okay. Now let's get on to the 3rd category, playability. The main thing for me is the Plarail Edward having a kind of wire connector, which isn't very fun because A, the tender can't come off, B, Edward can't go around very sharp curves, and C, if the wires snap or break or whatever, Edward isn't allowed to move. But on the Plarail 2018 Edward, this is just there, because all of the motor is inside Edward. One thing that is kind of frustrating, though, that I actually haven't noticed is that in here, there's no right running board. Just noticed that. I don't really like that. But yeah, he can go around tighter curves. I'm not even going to try that on the Plarail Edward. There are no wires connecting him from the tender, and as I just demonstrated, you can take them apart, or whatever. So, that's a point in the Plarail 2018 Edward's favor. And that was also the third, I keep forgetting things. That was the third point, and also the last one. So, in conclusion, 2-1. That means the winner is the older version of Plarail Edward. Hooray! Okay. So, congratulations for that, Edward. This video has taken way longer than it should have been. And without further ado, Growing Guy 441, signing off.